Now the Dodgers get out of San Diego by winning the series finale, back into a first-place tie to finish off the regular season series between the teams.
You know, it's nice to see the bats wake up. I mean, 23 innings and they get like 6 or 8 hits, and then they go last 4 innings and they go 8 hits, and they're killing it. It's crazy to all of a sudden look like the Dodgers again. That was the fun part.
Yeah, the 4 home runs over the late innings. Dalton Rushing, the biggest swing of his young major league career.
Yeah, and exciting and great to watch the post-game interview. He and Dave Vassegh. Dave Vassay's crazy. Man, he gave him a high five. He punched him on the chest protector. He gave him a hug. He whispered in his ear. It's like, Dave, okay, the kid had a good day, but let him breathe a little bit.
Yeah, Rushing's going to be like, maybe I don't want to have success if I got to get all that every time I get
When the interview was over, Rushing looked away and tapped him on the rear end. It was like hilarious to see them.
Dodgers get the win here in the finale. Dalton Rushing, one of the 4 home runs over the late innings. Freddie Freeman, 2 of them. Shohei Ohtani, his 45th.
Freddie, how big is this win for you guys to leave here tied rather than being in second place?
Yeah, big. To salvage after the last couple of games was huge. As an offense, much better ABs that we put out there today. You know, Andy getting that hit, and then Michael working the walk, and Dalton working that at bat and getting a splitter and hitting it out. That's just huge. There's a lot of good things that happened today.
Teoscar got robbed of a grand slam in the first inning. He hit
field is very hard to hit home runs here.
And then he hits a foul ball just inches shy of a home run. Did it feel like after your game-tying home run, things were starting to go your way?
I mean, I just think overall it was better. We had a better plan, executed it better. You know, I thought the outs were better today. You know, obviously, you know, when you get the starter to throw 20-plus pitches in the first inning, you would like to knock him out before 6 innings. And overall, he got to 6 innings, so that kind of irks us a little bit. But I thought we did just a better job than the last couple of days.
Your first home run was 107 miles an hour.
Yeah.
The ball that you hit the other day, 107 miles an hour.
Yeah.
What was the difference today? A day game?
I think it's a day game. But I don't think I hit the one down the line very hard, so I think it makes up for the other one.
Dave was talking about just like with the team offensive approach, like you guys are a slugging offense, but you got to kind of earn the pitches that you can do damage against. Like, was that kind of what today felt like, and just when you're talking about the better at bats and stressing pitchers a little bit more?
Yeah, and this pitching staff, it's a playoff pitching staff, and when you're in the playoffs, it's really hard to get 3 hits in a row off guys like of this caliber. So to get a walk and work counts and get guys on, and then you hit the home run, that's kind of like how it has to go. And you saw it the first game for them. Getting 3 hits in a row off Blake Snell is incredibly hard to do, and they put 3 sack bunts down. So I think you saw a different brand of baseball from you know, both sides in this series. That's you know, you're trying to win a game, and it's very hard against the quality of pitching that was thrown in this series on both sides. So for us to come out here and execute as an offense way better than we did the last couple of days, that's a big boost for us.
Dave, I asked Dalton Rushing on the field if that home run was bigger for him or for the team. Would you say equally important?
Equally important. Uh-oh.
Take 2. Who hit the lights? Turn them back on. Dave, I asked Dalton Rushing on the field if that home run was bigger for him or for the team. Would you say equally important for both?
I think, yeah, I do. I think equally important for both. Huge hit for Dalton, and that's something where I'm sure he's going to build off that moment, the confidence. Big hit to you know, help us get a win today. And obviously today we needed it, and our guys delivered.
You had been talking last night and before today's game about 2-strike approach and competing in the batter's box. A call didn't go his way in that at-bat, but he kept going.
Yeah, and that shows growth. There was a ball down below that he took and got a pitch that he could handle and drove it out of the ballpark. But I thought, from pitch one, Shohei's at bat in the first, Mookie's at bat in the first, and Freddie, and just all throughout the lineup, I thought today was more indicative of what, we're going to do, we expect going forward, and just the fight, the grind, taking what the pitcher gives you, and then if there's slug there's slug, but it's just a byproduct of good at-bats all day today.
What is sort of giving you guys that confidence that it's going to translate, that he's going to figure it out, even in part-time playing?
Well, he's a confident young player, but, regardless of, what a player says, certainly a young player, performance matters, and you have to have success to have true confidence. And so now that he has some success, I think that that'll bleed, going forward. So I just believe performance is everything, and then you can start to get real confidence. And he's confident, but you still have to have success. And so I think today was a big step in the right direction for him.
How important is it to leave here not in second place?
It's huge. It's huge. We won the season series. They certainly had a lot of momentum coming into today. And for our guys to, find a way to, will ourselves to, salvage the series and finish in the standings tied is a good thing. And it just kind of, Yama was really good today. He gave us what we needed, made pitches when he had to, and it was good to see him get some run support too.
When you load the bases with none out in the first inning and only come away with one run, do guys kind of have to be reminded, hey, keep your heads up, it's early, don't let this spiral?
I think that they did it amongst themselves, which is great. Teo took a great at bat, went to the big part of the field to drive in a run, and Laureano made a great play, but we would have liked to have come away with more of that first inning, but it was just good to see our guys didn't quit, didn't relent, and we continued to tack on throughout the day.
Is that why Freddie's home run to tie the game in the sixth was so big? Because it didn't seem like things were going your way early.
Well, they weren't, but I still felt the process. The line drives, the Pajes, the Conforto, and kind of building innings, and we just couldn't get that hit. But I thought the process was good today, and so for us to continue to kind of move forward, it was big, and Freddie came up big today.
Yeah. Does the like what you're saying pregame, like you guys are still a slugging offense, but does a lot of that little stuff that you're talking about kind of help lead to that in a game where you are more competitive at bat by at bat? Does it make it easier when you get those opportunities to then kind of do the kind of damage that you guys want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you slug with pitches, a good pitch to hit, and so you earn those pitches. And when you start chasing and expand the hitting zone, the slug's going to go down because that's what pitchers are going to do and continue to expand. But when you earn good counts and get good pitches, control the zone, and then slug happens. You can't always chase it, which I thought today we did a really good job of. I thought Andy took as good of at bats as he's taken in quite some time, and it was just a lot of good.
Dave, 9-4 against the Padres this season. Just do you feel overall that you're happy with the results, even though it's been some highs and lows? Kind of was your biggest takeaway from going up against these guys?
Nothing's changed as far as a takeaway. It's a really talented ball club. So, yeah, it's big as far as if there is a tiebreak, that matters. But, yeah, we're done with those guys until whenever. But I feel good. Talented team, but I just like the way we responded today, and we got to turn the page. And we're playing a team that's in the postseason race, the pennant race, and they're hungry, they're excitable. And so, we got Hunter Green tomorrow, who's got a big arm, so we got to be ready to go tomorrow.
Because of the injuries, you guys have gone through different phases, right, where it's maybe at the beginning of the season you were short on starting pitching. You went through a phase where the bullpen kind of seemed, right, not too many bullets. Now the lineup, right, you're short on some guys. And because of that, it maybe feels like a little bit like you're still kind of searching for an identity. But is there anything you can kind of point at as a constant that's been kind of throughout the season?
I think the constant with this season, I guess, it's easy for me to point to Freddie and Clayton, I would say. When you don't have your best, those two players in particular will themselves to performance. And I think that that's something that it's a lesson for all of us. And so I think that if I had to point to something as far as an identity, it's those two guys.
Dave, I'm sorry.
When you kind of take some of the season series, do you think you'll be able to look back and kind of think we did everything we could head-to-head here, or is that something that you won't really have an idea of until the regular season is over?
honestly is we did take care of business head to head, but for right now, I'm turning the page on the Padres and looking at the 31 games or however many games we have left, and we'll see how that plays out, the implications of that. But I'm moving forward on that one.
That Padre fan next to your dugout seemed to be chirping all game long. How annoying was he, and was that unexpected for Ohtani to have the last word with that high five?
Very annoying, as he's in my right ear the entire game. But it was very out of character from Shohei, and he was wearing them out the whole game. So it was good to see Shohei, initiate a high five from him. So that was great. That was fun. It was good to see Shohei show his personality.
What was that guy saying?
How bad Shohei was this series.
How much are you going to be scoreboard watching the Padres down the stretch?
Yeah, a lot. I think that's part of it. When you're in a pennant race, that's part of the fun. So I can compartmentalize a little bit, still kind of keep one eye on the scoreboard, but still focus on my job.
Yamamoto pitched great again in the big game. How evaluate his mental toughness?
He is very mentally tough. Yama is a killer. He's a killer. He shows up in big games, and we needed another good one from him, and he delivered.
Yoshinobu, how did you feel out there? Dave Roberts just described you as a killer and was praising your mental toughness.
今日監督が、ものすごく山本さん素晴らしく、メンタル的に精神的にもすごいタフな投球を見せましたねとおっしゃってたそうですがどうですか？
今日はもうどうしても落とせない試合だったので、いつも以上に、集中力もこう高く、試合に入れたと思いますし、試合途中、ホームランで逆転されてしまったんですけど、なんとかチームがこの試合に勝つことができて良かったと思います。
Today's game, it was a must-win game, and so I had I think I was able to concentrate more than my last couple outings, and then at the end, winning this game, winning this game was big.
How big was it for you to be able to pitch the way you did and have your catcher score you some runs?
今日自分のその素晴らしい投球プラスその今日組んだラッシングがホームランを打ったというところはどうでしたか？
ピッチングの面でももちろん助けて、もらいましたし、最後、ラッシングが試合を決める一発が、出たので、僕自身もすごく嬉しかったですし、チームも、さらになんかこう勢いづいたような、そんな雰囲気だったので、本当に良かったと思います。
Because he was great. He was helping me a lot, while I was on the mound, calling the great games, and then he hit the home run and gave us a lead. So I think he did a tremendous work.
How have you been able to stay strong the entire season, not missing a start? Is it more mental toughness or just as much physical toughness?
今年1年間ローテーションを、守り続けてきてるんですけども、その要因っていうのはどの辺にありますか？そのメンタル的な部分なのか、そのフィジカル身体的なところなのか。そうですね。しっかり、
私生活の面も、野球の面も、どちらも落ち着いて過ごせてますし、一日一日を、しっかり過ごせているので。あっという間にもう8月の後半になりましたけど、また気を引き締めて、ここから、さらに大事な、ところに入っていくので、ますます頑張れたらなと思います。
Through the season this year, because I'm having a great time, because mentally, physically, off the field, on the field, and then I think that's given me like a kind of rhythm. And then we're getting into that kind of like the most important part of the season. So I'd like to remain what I have been doing.